Yo, what's up, lads and ladies? Wagwan. This is just going to be a quick event guide for the Go West event part 1. This is basically everything you can do on day 1. There's going to be an absolute massive amount of more stuff added to this event in like a month's time, and then a month after that as well. So I'm just going to go over things that are in patch 1. So you'll notice there's no Punch King in this. There's mini games missing. There is no mask pickup event. There's a bunch of stuff missing in this. There's no part 2 of the Go West in this. That's because this is just part 1, and we will expand on it when those other bits come in. But to kick us off straight away, the first one is going to be our daily and weekly check-in. This is, if you've played like any other event recently in MapleStory, a list of daily attendance and weekly attendance to obtain free rewards. You'll notice I have put on the screen some very key points that I think are important from these lists, and I've totaled them instead of having everything on the daily or the weekly layout. So you'll notice on the images on the left, for example, there is a bunch of EXP tickets all the way along the left side. The free X as an example. You will get 5 per day. I think on some days you get 10, but the total amount is 60, like free X EXP coupons as an example. And this is just totaled of all of the things you can obtain if you do every single attendance. Now, this attendance lasts throughout the entire Dreamer/Go West event. So do not worry. If you miss days on these, you can also use a daily pass to obtain another check-in. Say you miss a day, so you go on holiday, you have a work trip, something like that. This way you can make up the daily attendance. You just open the UI, you click check-in. The weekly attendance, you open the UI, you kill 2,000 monsters, I believe. You then click check-in. You can do that 3 times a week. For the daily, you can just do it every single day. Obviously, it's just a daily, right? Like, I mean, yeah, from the daily list, you get 60 free X, 60 extreme growth potions, 3 magnificent growth potions, which is up until 250, and 1, this is a new growth potion called a transcendent growth potion, and this works up until level 270, which is kind of nuts for a full level. So yeah, that's really good. You can get a symbol selectors of either 300 arcane symbols or 60 sacred symbols. That's 8 of those. 420 total node stones and 3k EXP tickets. And from the weekly, the important bits that I've picked out is 36,000 EXP tickets and 320 black flames. Now, there is more in here. There's like an event ring selector, there's soul Urda, there's a bunch of cubes, like solid cubes, karma cubes, all of that stuff. I have 0 interest in those, so I haven't picked them out. If you're interested in those, like Pog Crazy, there's also a bunch of cosmetics in there of like a player card background and so on and so forth. But yeah, that's really cool. That is the check-in. Very simple, same as like every event. Following that, we have event stats. Now, these event stats, I was about to say are the same, but they are different from the regular event stats that we've had, i.e. Maple. You see this bottom tracker? There is a new expansion to the event stats, which will give us these crazy, like a Night Troop-esque buffs. So the top one, as you can see, we have 2 tables here. The top table is your standard event skills. So attack, boss damage, IED, all stat, HP, MP, buff duration, crit rate, monster damage, arcane power, and EXP attained. These are your very bog standard basic event skills. And then on the bottom, we have this new expansion, which will give increased soul Urda from killing bosses, which is the convergence, increased chance of obtaining monster collection, increased EXP from Pollo Frito Especia, increased experience from Monster Park. I believe this includes Monster Park Extreme and regular Monster Park. You have increased symbols and EXP from Arcane dailies, and increased symbols and EXP from Sacred dailies. So these are really crazy. And the way you obtain the points to like level up these is from the weekly check-in. Every time you do an X amount of check-ins, you'll obtain X amount of like shimmer points and secret points to increase your skill tree. And you can just level up whatever skills you want. Me personally, I'm going to do boss damage, IED on the top one first, and on the bottom one, I'm going to be looking at the sacred symbol EXPs and the monster park before I do any of the others. So yeah, those are really important. I would suggest going for multiple 4s instead of pushing for multiple 6s on the top tree, because 6 is very expensive point-wise. And for the cost of like a 6, you can basically get like 2 extra or like 3 level 3s. So think about spreading your event stats wide instead of going vertical. That's my opinion. Following on from the event stats, we have the event proc skill. Now, in Maple anniversary, your event procking skill was tied to your coin capping. That's no longer the case in this event. This is not tied to capping at all. And this may be reskinned for GMS. I don't know. Jade didn't show this off in the showcase, so I have no clue what this looks like in GMS. But basically, it is a map proc that you can trigger 30 times per day. And this will give you a map nuke to kill monsters around you and a experience bonus every time you proc it. And this will happen on monsters that are plus or minus 20 levels of your character. So this is just like an extra EXP boost while grinding. Really nice. Really good for like lower levels and like Legion characters. It's nice on higher level characters for sure, but it definitely shines in the lower levels. Following that, we have DreamCatcher, speaking of another thing that shines in lower levels. This is, if you played in New Age, this is Identisk Food Storage, where you enter a map from level 101 to 259, and you will be in with these monsters that scale to your level, and you will get scaling EXP based on what you're doing. Now, in previous versions of this event style, you had to get like 2x coupons, MVPs, gold pots, rune buffs, WAPs, EEPs. Like you had to get all of these like boosters before you entered. But what happens this time is all of your buffs are wiped completely. And you will receive this buff in the bottom left that is 400% EXP and then a bunch of different stats, right? Just to sort of help you kill and scale as you level up inside, which is really nice. You no longer have to worry about getting all these boosters as well, which is fantastic. Really, really nice. Very happy with this one. Much better than the previous versions. And every single time you kill 200 monsters, a special monster will spawn. This like dragon, because it's all like Lucid themed, right? So this is like Lucid's dragon. That's like who this is supposed to be. And when you kill him, you will get an EXP bonus, and he will do like a little like proc skill around him to like kill stuff, and he does not count towards your 1,000 kills. So it's not like you lose like 5 mobs every time you enter, which is really nice. But yeah, DreamCatcher, really, really good for like low levels. If you want to build up some Legion on like 200 to like 210, like Link Mules if you don't have them. Really, really good for that. You can do this 3 times per week, which is really awesome. I'm going to make the most of this to try and make my way to 9.5k Legion, as an example. Because I no longer have to worry about like gearing them or getting a bunch of buffs for them, because everything is just applied in that buff, which is crazy. Like that Dream Defender like buff is so good. It's so good. Following on from that, we then have Arcade Season 1. Now, see, there's going to be multiple seasons of this arcade style, and you will obtain this. You see this, like, red hat, like, magic cat girl outfit at the bottom? You'll get, like, a whole outfit of that, a medal, and a chair if you get all of the different cosmetics from all of the different events and minigames. So, Season 1 is 1 card and Thinking of You. To get the overall, which you obtain from 1 card, you need to get 5k total 1 card points. And these are also tied to your minigame cosmetic shop capping as well, so keep that in mind. And to obtain the glove on the right bottom image, you see that little glove with like the little star. To obtain that, you need to get 1 million points from Thinking of You. And you need to do this within Season 1, and then Season 2 will come with, I believe, Supernatural Yut and Monster Stack, I believe is the second one. I don't know. It's in the patch notes. But we'll see that one after. Following on from minigames, we have Gold Richie Treasure Hunt. Again, this one wasn't showed in the showcase for some reason. So I don't have like an updated image of Richie. So this is the like old event Richie. But basically, when you kill monsters near your level, you will obtain a booster as a rare drop. And this booster will provide it's like a mini totem for like 2 minutes, like 2.5 minutes. Well, I think it's like 1.5 minutes or something. It's 100 seconds. Yeah, 100 seconds. And this will increase the spawn rate in your map with these new like little fire monsters that will give a nice chunk of EXP themselves. Plus, you'll just have higher spawn rate, right? So this will be quite cool. You can do this 10 times per day. If you are in an instance map with someone else and they are activating a booster, you cannot activate a booster. I believe that's how it functions. At least that's how the patch notes qualified. And in interactive, you can trade these items, so if you get a bunch, you can sell them if you want to, for people that are like giga grinding, which is quite cool. So that is all of the Part 1 Dreamer events, and what we are going to do now is go into the Go West exclusive GMS events that we haven't had before. So there's one little warm-up to this, which is a concert board, right? And all you have to do is type a message to the developer team, Inkwell, Dr. Lim, and all of the GMS exclusive devs, just to let them know what you think. There is a character limit on this, so keep that in mind. You can't type out like a whole paragraph or something. But yeah, you can just write a little message, and as a reward for doing it, you will get 5x or 5 times free X coupons for 15 minutes, just as a little reward. This is super easy to do. It takes you like 20 seconds. After that, you will then have the Go West World Tour. Now, if you played in Minar Picnic or Minar Forest event, this is essentially just the lunchbox event, the bento box event again, but there is no like yellow lunchbox, like red lunchbox. It's just you pick the area and that's it, and then your random chance. You'll see on the left side, I've put all of the percentiles and all of the item values based on the patch notes. This might change because on the MapleStory stream, these numbers were different than what is on the patch notes. For example, the 55% on all of them was 0. So who knows if this is guaranteed or not. We'll find out when the patch goes live in like 10 minutes or however long. But yeah, this will be really nice. Really simple to do. You just have to kill 1,000 monsters, and you can do this 3 times per week. And you have to pick free areas every day. If you do not pick free areas, you will get no reward. So make sure you pick all free, and then start, right? You've got to make sure you click and start that mission to like get the stuff the next day. Me personally, I'm going to be doing Black Flames, Honor Medals, and probably Symbols, because I have no value for Extreme Growth Potions or Node Stones. Look, they're good, but like not like super ultra crazy game breaking for my character. And then there is also another part of the Go West tour, which is the star queue. And this is a daily login cumulative timer, which will gift you rewards, cosmetics, damage skins, growth potions, mixed dye coupons, all this stuff, just for simply logging into the game. Now, there is also a VAC pet in this, a CCPB, which is a free 30-day VAC pet, which will just suck up all of the loot around you very easily. Keep in mind, there is a second version of this in part 2 of the patch as well. The same patch that we get Familiars, where this will refresh and there'll be more stuff, I believe. There is also a daily playtime cap to the amount you can accumulate per day. So there is a 5-hour cap, according to the patch notes. You can generate 5 hours per day to burn through this track. So if you do 5 hours per day from today, you will obtain all of the rewards in about 2 weeks. Probably like 15 days, not 14 days, because of how patch day is working. We're going to have like 1 hour after the patch, and then we're on to like another day, right? So it's probably going to be 15 days if you are a daily active user. But yeah, keep that in mind. There's cool stuff you can get in this, like a Inkwell, like pet shop, boys inspired, like Inkwell and Dr. Lim outfit. There is 30 extreme growth potions, 2 mag growth potions, and the vac pet, and then like a cool chair as well. But yeah, this is really easy to do. You just log in. There is also a final Go West thing of like an event skill, where you will get EXP or boss damage based on if it's an odd or an even hour. But I have a slide for that one because, you know, it's just very self-explanatory. And yeah, there we go. That is a very fast, brief rundown of all of the stuff in part 1 of Go West. Hopefully that helps. And see you soon, KW. Bye-bye!